Hi there, my name is Jessica, and today I wanted to talk about my big nose. I have a big nose. Confession to make. I have always had this nose, and I am learning to love it because I definitely have grown up not loving my nose and feeling very, very insecure about it. And if I'm being honest, I am sick of being insecure about this nose, and I'm choosing to embrace and love every aspect of myself, every physical aspect of myself, and that includes my nose. Um, I have a wider nose, maybe you can see I have a wide nose. Um, it has a bump on it, and yeah, I definitely feel like it's a very unique nose. Not a lot of people have noses like this. At least I don't see a lot of women that do where I live. Um, it's Even when people or women do have big noses, it tends not to look like this. My nose is a very actually, I don't even know really where it comes from, but it is from my Scandinavian side. It is from my Danish side. I'm My dad is white, and his ancestors and my ancestors are from Denmark. So um, that lineage I know definitely has larger noses. My dad has a larger nose, and so do I. And I feel like it's important for me to learn how to truly embrace and love this aspect of myself, because I have learned how to love almost every other part of myself. I have, I would say, conquered almost most of my insecurities, especially the huge ones that I've had since, my teen years and before that. Um, when I was a teenager, a lot of my insecurities were revolving around my physical appearance. I had acne, a lot of acne. I didn't have a nicely shaped bum. So those things I felt very insecure about and was teased about. And even though, interestingly enough, I would say I was made fun of more for my butt more than anything else, even more than my skin or more than my nose, way more than my nose, I still would say that my nose is my biggest insecurity. And I the other day I was just thinking, I'm so sick of it. Like, I have been able to feel love for myself in ways that I didn't think were possible. I have grown so much in my own self-love journey, um, by accepting myself in almost every way that I come, except for my nose. And right now, personally, I am going through some transitions in my family that are really, they're dramatic, they're big, and they're they're not they are painful. And yet, I would say that every day when I wake up, I think about my nose and my dislike for my nose more than I think about this really massive change that's happening in my life real time right now. And I'm like, that's ridiculous. That's actually insane. I cannot believe that I spend more of my time wallowing in self-pity and feeling ugly because of something that the only way that this is going to change is if I get a really expensive nose job, and I just simply do not have the money to do that. So that's not going to happen for many years, if it was ever going to happen. And I'm not here to live another decade hating myself and hating this nose that, God gave me and that I was born with and that the universe wanted me to have. So I feel like that's why I came on here to talk about it, because I know that when I look up videos about big noses on YouTube, about women having big noses, it's always so negative. It's always like, your nose is ugly, you're ugly, your nose is ugly, why your nose is ugly, and all these things. And I'm like, what? It makes me feel, well, one, it makes me feel horrible, but also I just feel like there's so many of us who are so unique, because, well, let's be real, if you have a big nose, most people do not. Most people, especially women, I mean, it might depend on where you live, but like, especially if you live maybe in a more I don't want to like, even I guess like white community, the noses are tend to be a lot more ski slope, a lot more smaller, and it makes me feel, and I'm sure other people feel, isolated in our uniqueness, because it's not like our uniqueness is like something that people strive for. You know, people don't get nose jobs to get bigger noses, they get nose jobs to get smaller noses. And I saw someone else in one of these videos about learning to love your big nose point out how when you are talking, like if you mention your insecurity about your nose to someone and they're trying to make you feel better, and they mean this out of love, but they often say, they're often like, well, your nose is small, like your nose is not that big. And I'm like I what? Like, first of all, I know it's not small, and second of all, it's like you have to have a small nose in order for you to feel beautiful or feel okay. And I don't think that actually needs to be the truth. The thing is, there's just so many people on this planet, and there's so many advances being made today, and I'm just not here for this archaic mindset of, you know, you have to have a nose that looks like this, or you're not feminine, or you're not a woman, or you're ugly. Like, goodbye. Actually, genuinely, goodbye. So I will say that this is probably this is the turning point of my journey with my nose, because I have spent a decade hating it and despising my nose and dreaming of the day that I would wake up and the bump would be gone and my nose would be narrower. But that's not gonna happen. It hasn't happened. And I've decided that I'm gonna embark on a new adventure, and I am going to embrace the fact that I have a very unique, really interesting, Scandinavian nose, and it's connected to my ancestors, it's connected to my lineage, and more importantly, it's me. And I was given this nose for a reason. That mindset feels a little bit flimsy to me because I haven't believed that for a long time, but I'm choosing to believe it now. And I just wanted to come on here and let you know that if you also have a big nose, one, you're beautiful. Genuinely, you are created in God's perfect vision. And I say God as whatever God is to you. I personally am not a part of any particular religion. So I say God with all aspects of him, of her, of it. And I want you to know that I look at people with big noses and think that they're beautiful, genuinely, which I think is really funny, because then I look at myself in the mirror and I'm like, what the heck? But I think for us, it's possible to end up loving our nose, truly like admiring our nose and being proud of the fact that we're unique and we're totally different, and also like basically give the finger to every aspect of society, the collective mind of society that says that you're ugly or that I'm ugly because I don't have a tiny little nose. Sorry, I don't. And unless I pay for it, I never will. So I'm going to learn to embrace my beauty as it has come, and truthfully, I feel very beautiful. And I have always thought that I'm okay, this is my mindset. This has been my mindset for a long time. It has been, I'm beautiful now, but imagine how much more beautiful I would be if I had a smaller nose. And that has been this mindset that has plagued me for the past couple years. And I'm like, why can't I just be drop dead gorgeous now? Why can't I feel divine now? Why can't I be feminine now? And yeah, I think that is the mindset that I'm embracing, and it is definitely a new turning point in this journey for me. So that's why I wanted to come on here and maybe just talk about it. And also, if you're going through the same thing, girl, I'm right there with you. We're in this together. You are beautiful, and also you're completely valid in feeling any sorts of insecurity. You're not stupid, you're not dumb, you're smart. You're observing what society is telling you to observe and feeling what society is telling you to feel. So that is a sign of emotional intelligence. So that's not something to be ashamed of. But what else is also a sign of emotional intelligence and just overall like goddessness is embracing that, like, yeah, society's telling me this, but I'm gonna feel like this because it makes me feel good, and because there's so much love within myself and the world around me, that is the mindset that I've chosen to embrace. So with that, I'll keep you guys updated on my own emotions regarding my nose, because overall it is an emotional thing. It is in my head. So I am totally excited to continue posting videos, and yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I hope that you have a day full of self-love and love for the world around you. Bye!